You done messed up. You done clicked on, oh, you didn't know I was here tonight, did you? Yeah, but you clicked on the hot tag anyway, didn't you? Well, it's a special one. Yeah, this is a special edition of Hot Tag. Yeah, there was a big time wrestling event in Nahunta. Where's Nahunta, you ask? Well, unless you live here, you ain't got no idea. GPS ain't got no idea. Unless you live here, it is the land you can't find unless you know where it's at. Jack Sparrow and his compass can't even find it. First off, let's go to NXT. Let's talk about NXT in Jacksonville. Well, I couldn't make it. So I had to send this fella. Yeah, worthless. Had no idea what he's doing. My usual cameraman, Blake. Yeah, he took this guy. And Blake didn't want to get his phone confiscated by the WWE, so he didn't want to take any video with his phone. So this fella live fed with his phone. And it looked like he rubbed Vaseline all over it before he went there. My man Blake actually kept everything in frame, which was good for the first thing, because everything else done by this guy didn't fit in any kind of frame. Anyway, Blake filmed him. Mr. Bing was nice enough to autograph a card for the Southeast Cancer Unit, which we're going to be giving to them so they can auction off. Alright, so let's get to the matches. All I could hear the day before was, I can't wait to see Nikki. Oh, Nikki Cross is going to be there. Woohoo, sanity. What a weirdo. Well, he don't even see the first match. He's too busy messing with his old phone, trying to make some room so he can record. He's deleting his kid's birthday, Christmas photos, his wedding album, just so he can record Nikki. Can you believe that? That's what he was doing. He don't even have what the first match was. Not even on the paper here. First match he even paid attention to was the second match, which was Nikki Cross. As you can see, look at the footage. I think that's Nikki Cross. The only way I can tell is because of the screaming. And right here when she's in the corner, I can tell that's Nikki because that's crazy looking. She looks like she's done lost her mind. From what I understand, was really fun. He enjoyed seeing Nikki go NXT. Third match, he was shaking in his boots. He tells me he was scared of Sullivan. Well, Sullivan goes back into the ring after giving whatever the heck slam that is. Goes back in the ring for one more time. Slams the poor boy. Put him 6 feet under the mat. Sullivan's a scary looking man. Now, at this point, I do want to give a shout out to the two people that took this fool to NXT. Because he tends to faint sometimes just by walking around and talking to people. But Blake took him, and Blake's cousin, which I won't say his name because I hadn't asked him. But here's a photo of him. Now, for those that know who that is, we're with you. Come on, high five. For those that don't, I can't stand you. Fourth match. It was a match tag team. Don't remember who it was. Don't remember who it was. Did you do any notes on this? Apparently a guy named Jason got dropped on his head. His name wasn't Jason, but the crowd decided to call him that. That's journalism at its best, folks. Fifth match, Heavy Machinery and a guy named Booger? Booger? Otis was awesome. And he became a huge fan of Otis. Hashtag whole lot of manage. What's the video on that? Over here.
a lot of man.
It is a lot of men. I agree with that. Match number 6. Ruby Riott and Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Was that really her name? It wasn't really her name, was it? You don't know her name, do you? Ruby Riott. So Ruby Riott was in the match. He enjoyed the match. That's it. You enjoyed the match. Alright. The final match of the night. The Velveteen Dream versus Alistair. You misspelled it. It's Alistair, not Aliaster. Alistair. Velveteen Dream and Alistair Black. Fantastic match. Alistair Black delivers the Black Mass. Sounds fun. The Velveteen Dream kept on asking what his name was, and the crowd says, see, that's what I like about NXT. The crowd participates more. I never hear this stuff on the WWE. You hear "you suck" whenever Cena comes up, stuff like that. But this right here is pretty funny. Velveteen Dream's asking, "What's my name?" and people's giving him different names. That's pretty good. Overall, NXT was fantastic. You didn't even watch the first match. All right, so NXT was a fantastic event. It's fun to go to. It is a crowd participation. It is a small group of people in Jacksonville. If you get a chance to go to Jacksonville to see NXT, I highly recommend it because it is a great experience. Usually 3 people come out for the meet and greet. Honestly, the only person I knew was Bing. I didn't know anybody else. But I want to thank Mr. Bing for signing our card, and we're going to give that to charity. Now on to Saturday night, big time wrestling in Nahunta, Georgia. Just so there won't be any confusion, I will continue to say I went, even though you can plainly see from the video work, he went again. Well, the ravishing little one, Rim, he got to meet the Patriot, and he liked the Patriot. Patriot was very good to him, nice guy. Rim got him a luchador mask, and the man was nice enough to sign it. It was a good experience. Next up, we got to meet the Hurricane. Now, I was a little worried because I had heard stories in the past that he wasn't that friendly of a guy. True, not true, don't know. But from my experience, he was a very nice guy. He did talk to us a little bit about cancer. The third person we got to talk to was this guy. Now, I refer to him as this guy because I wasn't smart enough to ask him who the heck he was. The closest I got to was Brian. I don't know what his ring name was. He talked to us at length about how cancer affected him. Real good interview. If anybody out there knows who he was, please tell me in the description. Because frankly, I tried to find it on their website, and their website is not that good. Names are all messed up. I wish I knew who it was. So on to our main event, as it was during the interviews. We got to see Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash was nice enough to sign a one-on-one pressing plate of his SummerSlam 1995 event. Well, I'm sure that's Kevin Nash. You probably can't tell because you can only see the top of his head. That cameraman. Ugh. So even though the cameraman messed up, you can occasionally see a glimpse of him. Especially when he starts messing with me. And Kevin Nash messed with me. Made me feel dumb. So when I give him the card, he says, "I'm not Isaac Yankem." My heart drops. Did I just give him the wrong card? Did I just make a fool of myself to Kevin Nash? The answer is no, I gave him the right card. Yes, I made a fool of myself. Because he caught me. He had a little laugh. I had a little heart attack. But he signed it. Thank you, Mr. Nash. Thank you for being a good guy. I appreciate the way you treated me and my boy. Thank you. Even though my boy asked if you could say hey to Razor Ramon. rather than saying really hated you. Alright, so on to the matches. And now this is where the boat starts filling with water. Over here, first match, best of the night. I would say it's the best of the night. I think it's the best of the night. Pretty close. If it's not one, it's two. And if it's not two, it's one. This guy, please tell me who he is. Somebody tell me who this guy is. Fought this guy. I am a great reporter. I don't know nobody's names. It's not like I can use Big Time Wrestling's website, because it's all messed up. These two guys put on a good show. This guy won. This guy lost. Good show. Second match. Hurricane versus Loco something. I knew the Hurricane, and I picked up on the Loco, which I just want to call Loco Shh, because that was his gimmick, was shh. 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 Now when I say gimmicks, there was a lot of gimmicks tonight. A whole lot of gimmicks. A lot of crutches on a lot of gimmicks. All I can say is Loco something looked like the kid from Dragon Ball Z. That's the best I can do because I don't know who the kids from Dragon Ball Z is. I've never watched an episode of Dragon Ball Z. But I've seen the kid from Dragon Ball Z. No need to tell me who they were. I don't care. Alright. So Hurricane fought Loco Bizarro. He looked like the guy from Street Fighter 2. Victory goes to Hurricane, of course. The match was okay. I mean, it was number 3 if I had to give it a 3 or 4. It was number 4. You know what? It was probably number 4 because there was one match that wasn't a great match, but it was fun. And I will get to that one because that was really fun. Alright, number 3. Ravishing Rim probably ain't gonna like me saying this, but there was a guy named TA. He was the heel, and he was milking the foreign object. Oh my goodness. Putting it in his pants, putting it up his shirt, putting it between his eyes. It was pitiful. He was an older gentleman. He was a good heel on the mic. He was calling everybody out, talking about Nahunta smelling. Pretty funny stuff. But man, that gimmick. 15 minutes of walking around to each corner post, showing each crowd where he was hiding the foreign object. Horrible. Kids eating it up. Kids just screaming, he's got something. Do your job. Referee, do your job. And since I said referee, let me add this. As you can tell by now, my cameraman got 3 good shots of the ring post, of the referee's rear end, and Ravishing Rim's head. Every shot. Those 3 things. Horrible. Alright. Back to the actual match show. Foreign object. Blah, blah, blah. It was terrible. Patriot comes out. Patriot gets hit by the foreign object like 5 times. He's working it. He's selling the foreign object what looks like a piece of chalk. TA. He's walking around the ring trying to grab him a chair from somebody. Why he brings a foreign object in there and hides it, but yet's looking for a chair, I don't know. But he's looking for a chair. He comes up to Ravishing Rim and reaches for Ravishing Rim. Now I want you to see, Ravishing throws a punch at him. Doesn't connect. Ravishing hadn't really gotten a fight yet. But he threw a punch. Missed him. And then when he goes for the actual chair, Ravishing just lays on that chair and makes sure he can't get it. Way to go, Ravishing. That's the way to make sure Patriot wins. Well, Patriot wins. The kids loved the match. It was not... If it wasn't for the kids, it was a horrible match. But the kids loved it. They ate it up. So what can you say? That's what they're there for, to entertain the kids. Not entertain me. Not some old grumpy man. No, the kids. All right, match number 4. One of my personal favorite matches. Probably number 3 in the ability match. Number 1 in my heart for being just an entertaining match. Out comes out our heel, the Boy Scout. Don't know what his real name is because of the website. Believe me, that website's going horrible. He comes out with his, I'm a Boy Scout, and I got my Boy Scout manual that teaches me how to wrestle. Man, fun gimmick. I like that gimmick. It would never fly nowadays, but it worked for me that night. Out comes Batista Light. I would never call that to his face. Man, when he's running the ropes, reading the book, learning how to wrestle as he goes, but that was funny stuff. That was funny stuff. Little Batista bombs him. It's more like a pop-up sit-down bomb. Anyway, rolls out. Guy selling it like $1 million. Fun match. I give it up to them two for putting on an entertaining match. Number 5. And this is where I've got a problem. Now, I'm a little upset about this. You see this? That's my boy. But you see this guy? Because of him, Ravishing Rim has turned heel. Yeah. Ravishing Rim has gone full heel. Watch the video. You'll see my boy turn to the dark side. Well, for those that don't watch it, what happened? The big time wrestling champion, he comes out there, pulls off a funny joke where he pulls the old Ravishing Rick Rude. I won't choose one of these ladies to come out and take my shirt off. And he points to one of the ladies, come on down, take my shirt off. The lady gets up, gets almost to the ring, and he goes, whoa, you looked a lot better while sitting down, go back. Oh man, I about busted. That was fantastic. I feel sorry for the lady. That was funny. But here's what happened now. Ravishing Rim starts liking this. He's holding his belt up. The guy comes up there, kind of fakes a high five to Rim. Rim starts cheering for him. Nobody in that whole auditorium is cheering for the heel except Ravishing Rim. Calling him Brady. His name was Armstrong, but he was calling him Brady because he had a Brady shirt on. Brady, Brady, Brady. Rim was, that was his man. Let's go, Brady. Well, what finally happened at the end? Brady goes over, remains champion. The end of the video, the baby face rolls out, comes around high-fiving the kids. Kids are like, good try, good effort. Ravishing Rim goes up with a high five and then pulls it back. Ha ha. He done turned full heel because of Armstrong. All right, last match of the night. And boy, that's a way to end the night. On a low note. It was a Rock and Roll Express versus what I'm just going to call Curly and Curly. Because the Three Stooges, which was the two Stooges couldn't make contact with the Rock and Roll Express. They made a lot of contact with each other. It was like watching a movie at 10 frames a second. Overall, we had a good time. We did enjoy it. There was parts that were so blatantly silly, it reminded me of the 80s. Some of the gimmicks were old. Some of the gimmicks were embarrassing. But we got to speak with people in the audience. Cancer has affected their lives. The majority of people sit around me had tales to tell me. But honestly, they did not want to be on camera, and I don't blame them. Who would want to be in front of my camera? The only good news is, I probably wouldn't have caught them. I probably would have caught the top of their head and not actually them. Well, that's all for this hot tag for tonight. This is a special one. It went longer than I wanted. But we had 2 events we wanted to cover. I told you when we started, you done messed up because you clicked on the hot tag. I'm Will, and thank you for helping me wrestle with cancer.